Hi guys, it's Kesa from Totally Designs by Kesa, and I'm back for another video. I want to first of all thank all my new subscribers. Welcome to the Totally Design community. I thank you that you saw something on this channel that made you want to stop and become a subscriber. My goal here is to give you innovative new ways to create and revamp old jewelry and create those wonderful masterpieces that you've always wanted to create. And my other goal is to help you, whether you are a vendor or you are a solopreneur, entrepreneur, business person, help you get all the tools that is necessary for you to run a successful business. Now, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and revamp this necklace. This necklace was made just with jade nuggets along with these amethyst spacer beads. But now I'm going to revamp it with the same beads, but I'm going to be adding in the Jasper Imperial beads. Now, I decided to do this over because this just wasn't selling. So it was something about it that, you know, it was pretty, but it just wasn't enough eye-catching, or it wasn't illuminating enough. So we're going to try to add some things to it to kind of make it pop a little bit. And so now I have already had this pendant ready. So we're just going to go ahead and add this onto the wire. I've already pre-cut the wire, which I'm working with this 16 gauge wire. It is by this company here, Wire Elements. Prior video, if you have not watched it, I go over the different wire gauges and what you should use them for and how you should use them, okay? And I can go ahead and put a link in the description for that video. All right, so we're going to go ahead and add this pendant to this pre-cut wire. And I'm going to try to keep it in frame as much as possible, guys. It is a long wire, but I'm going to do my best to keep it in frame for you, okay? But if I'm moving out of frame a little bit, I'll make sure I'll bring the necklace back into frame so you can see exactly what I've done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add this amethyst space bead. And the spacer beads, guys, is to take up room where there's space. That's what my analogy of what spacer beads are. All right, so I have added those two beads on. Now, guys, it doesn't matter how small the bead is that you put on here. It actually just matters how small the hole is, because the bead can be really, really small, but if it has a big hole on it, it can go on that 16 gauge wire. All right, so I'm going to build this out. And so I'm going to add one more, because I'm going to put a total of 2 on each side. All right. So as you can see, I've added those beautiful amethyst spacer beads to start the necklace off. Okay. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to actually go back and add this as well to the necklace, but I'll do that after I'm done with this part. All right, so I've done this. I'm going to go ahead and put that jade nugget on here. Real jade, just nugget. It's just a nugget because it's small. All right, so as you can see, we're forming this necklace. We're getting somewhere. And so now I am going to be adding on one of these beautiful irregular slab jasper stones, okay? Now, with these particular stones, sometimes the hole is on the side, sometimes it's upward. It's very weird. It all depends on who has cut the stone or how the stone grew, and it's multiple reasons why the stone doesn't have have the hole in a normal place. All right, so I don't like the way that landed because I actually want a more flatter look. So what I'm going to do is take this off and I'm going to replace it on here again in a different way. And now it's laying down the way that I would want it to, okay? All right, so we're going to go ahead and structure this out. And I'm going to pick it up to look at it just to see if it has symmetry to it. Does it flow? And if it doesn't flow, what I will do is I'll remove a bead and I will start replacing it like this. The wonderful thing about beading is that you can always look at a project and decide you don't like it and take it apart, and it is perfectly fine. All right, so I'm going to take another one on the other side and I'm going to add that on the other side. All right, and the hole is up here. Sometimes the hole is down here, or sometimes it could be up here. Just have to pay attention, okay? All right. Okay, so now this is starting to look like I want it to look. I think this is going to be great. I think it's going to have that beautiful symmetry that I like, that I'm looking for. All right, so now I am going to start adding on these beautiful jade nuggets. Okay. I love the color combination of the purple and the green. I just think it's a great combination. All right. Makes it exciting, you know? Okay. So now I'm going to add another jade bead, but this one is going to be a little bit bigger. And I'm going to add to both sides. And yes, I'm up late night again. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add this one to it, but I'm turning it this way. All right. I like the flow of it. It's all about how you feel that it looks. And this particular necklace is going to be a little bit gaudy. It is going to be a little bit gaudy, but it's okay. And on this particular one, I'm trying to find the hole on this one, but I think this is one of my broken pieces, which I'm going to probably wire wrap this and make it out of a pendant. So that's a broken piece, so I'm going to put that aside. All right. And sometimes it does break on you guys. Sometimes they come broken, and you don't know that they're broken because they don't look broken at the time that you buy them. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and keep building this necklace out. So I'm going to add some more of, just turn that light a little bit. Need a little bit more light. The amethyst spacer. So I'm adding another one to this side. And then I'm going to go ahead and add that jade nugget bead. And these are also irregular too, guys. They don't come the same size. Now, there's a difference between simulated and natural stones. Some stones are simulated, and you can kind of tell if they're simulated. Most stones, when they are real, they do have a slight imperfection in them. They have, you know, little blemishes like this one does. And the simulated ones are more perfected. I'll say that. They're more even, rounded off. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add another slab of this beautiful jasper, this purple jasper. All right. Oh, that's forming really nice. Look at that. That is beautiful. This actually looks better than the other necklace, honestly. And I'll let you guys be the judge and say, oh, you should have kept it the other way, or no, yeah, no, this way looks better. I think this way actually looks better, honestly. I'm willing to critique my own work and like, no, I don't like that. And many times, guys, what I want to tell you is that don't just throw away, like, don't just throw away the piece of jewelry that you made. Just put it aside for a little bit and then go back and revisit it and say to yourself, how can I make this better? How can I make this look more elegant? That's the one thing about handmade jewelry that I love. You can always redo it. You can start over. It's sort of like pottery. Pottery, you know, you can be shaping the pottery and molding the pottery, and then the pottery just starts acting really wonky and funky. So what the potter does, when it doesn't yield and it doesn't do what it wants the potter to do, the potter just starts it all over again and keeps forming it until it becomes what the potter wants it to be. And the same thing with jewelry. You know, you keep forming it. Now, I'm not going to force this on here because that hole is a little bit smaller. So I'm going to go ahead with this one. This is okay. All right, and I'm going to put the last one on here. So as I was saying that, you know, just like a potter, you know, if the clay and if the, you know, beads don't form and act the way you want them to act, listen, you start it all over again. You just start over. And I know you guys are going to hear me say that time and time again, you know, oh, start over. Yeah, I'm going to say start over. I'm going to continue to say start over. Because I don't want you to get discouraged and say, oh, just forget it. Because sometimes when a project doesn't go the way we want the project to go, we will yell, forget it in a minute. We don't have to do that. We just have to take our time and kind of, you know, restructure what we're doing. Okay, and I'm having a hard time with this one getting on for some reason. And sometimes that happens. I used this earlier, and so I'm not sure why it's giving me a hard time, but we'll see. It might just be the wire is not straight enough. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it through. Because the hole is big enough, but it's just acting really weird. Now be careful, guys, because you can stab yourself. So just be careful and be gentle and take your time and pull it through if that ever happens. Okay, there we are. So we're going to straighten out a little bit. All right. Going to keep letting it go down. Let it go down. Let it go down. All right, there we are. Voila. Okay. Okay. We're almost ending the necklace, almost coming to an end of the necklace. But I love the way this is turning out, the symmetry of it all. I love, love, love it. So I'm going to go ahead and complete it. I'm going to add a couple of more rows on here of the amethyst beads and the jade nuggets. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of complete it up here. And actually, I'm just going to do one side at a time. I'm just going to try to add it. Sometimes it works out faster when you switch side to side. It slows you down a little bit. But like I said, never be in a hurry to finish your project. Because if you're in a hurry to finish your project, you are going to mess your project up. And that's not the point, right? Okay. All right, we're going to keep adding on a few more on this side. And then I always do a count, guys, to make sure I'm ending the necklace with the same amount of beads. So if you see me counting, you know, you'll know why I'm doing that. All right, and I'm sorry about the shaking of the camera. I just hit it by accident. All right. What are your plans for Mother's Day? And by the way, happy Mother's Day to all of you that are mothers. And I might not get a chance to say it, or I might forget to say it. So I'm going to say it now. Today is Thursday. And I'm going to tell you Happy Mother's Day early. Because you may be celebrating your Mother's Day on Saturday. I don't know. Or Sunday. I know I'm going to go be with my mom on Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to you all. And I hope that your day is enjoyable. And I hope you have fun with the kids. Or whatever your plans are. Okay? All right. And this wire is a little wonky at the end, so I got to straighten it out a little bit. Okay, here's my wire straightener. Let's see if I can straighten it out the way I want to. Okay, just a little bit. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and finish this off. We will soon be finished with this necklace. In the next video, I am going to probably I'm going to cut this a little bit. This is working my nerves. I'm probably going to do the flex wire video. And that is the video where I'm going to be doing multiple layered necklaces. Probably, maybe I'll start off with a double layer, maybe. But I like to do triple strands and quadruple strands. I love to do... The most I've ever done thus far is about 10 strands at one time. But they're so beautiful. They're gorgeous. And I know a lot of people don't like to work with the flex wire, but I love working with the flex wire. You just have to know how to end it. Sometimes it can be complicated. Yeah, sure. But if you're used to working with that type of wire, and that's what I actually started off with. I didn't start off with wire making necklaces. I actually, over the years, learned that from another jewelry artist online. And I was like, oh, I need to try that, because I was only using wire basically to make wire wrap rings. And I was using it for chokers and stuff like that, but not necklaces like this. So, and as you grow as a jewelry artist, you are going to change your style so many times. You're going to reinvent yourself. Whatever you were doing before, you're going to reinvent yourself. I have a necklace over here that I made from flex wire, but what I wind up doing was adding wire to the end of it to make it more secure. Because I know when you're doing the flex wire, a lot of people's complaint is that it breaks. But you can stop it from breaking. There's ways that you can stop it from breaking, and I can show you what those ways are. Because I have had bracelets that I've made maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and they're still good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we're adding more on here. And I'm actually going to do 16, I think. And so there's a way that you can keep that from breaking. Listen, challenge yourself. If you want to make flex wire and it seems like it's falling apart, watch my video. I'm going to show you some tricks of how to keep it from breaking. There's many things that you can do. And I'll add one more. All right. Okay, and we're gonna add it. We're gonna end it with 15 because I think that's enough. All right. Okay, that is nice. I really love this. This is very, very fun. I think this is a fun necklace. It's a definite statement necklace. Yeah. Okay, so what I will do is, and I'm just going to put it up to my neck really quickly because I just want to make sure that... Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a couple of more of these on there at the end, just to give it a little bit more length. Okay. And then I'm going to tie that off. You guys ever be beading and all your beads just start falling all over the place? It is crazy. I'm telling you. I have to pick up so many beads. And it doesn't matter how neat I put it on the table. It still winds up falling off. It is crazy. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and start my ending on the necklace, but I want to make sure that I have enough room because I don't want any stones breaking, because if it's too tight, they will break off because it's too tight and it doesn't have room enough to move around or breathe. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just loop this around. Okay, so I'm going to loop it down a little bit because I want to make that a little bit thicker. Now you can create whatever type of loop you want. I just like to create the more bigger loop per se. Sometimes I do the smaller loop. It really depends. Okay, so I'm gonna bend that down, but I'm also gonna make sure I still have enough room to move around here and nothing's too tight, because we want to be able to move those around. Okay. All right, now I'm going to go to the other side and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And don't worry about if your loops are weird looking right now, meaning that one side is bigger than the other, because you can always go back and make the other loop smaller. That's a real easy fix. Okay, so let me just make sure on this side I'm doing the same thing. I have enough little room here, and we're able to move that around because we want the necklace to be flowy and we want it to have enough room to do its thing. Okay. All right, so it does. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this wrap up here. And I'm going to cut that off. Now, it takes a moment to get used to wire wrapping, guys. But once you get it, it is really, really fun. I love wire wrapping. I've made some very, very unique things. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and finish that off. Okay. And there we have it. I'll cut that. And guys, I am almost done. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you once again. Share my videos. All right, so we have this beautiful necklace. Now, the only thing I want to go ahead and add on here, I do want to embellish it by placing this on here because I just like it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open this up. I can make it fuller if I want to. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm here. Why not make it fuller? I'm gonna add that one more on there. Alrighty. Okay. Pull that up. Always cover your wire so it doesn't poke in your eye. Even the most experienced beader can hurt themselves. Okay, so now I'm going to open this up because I already have a jump ring that's holding up the 3 of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rearrange the order. Okay. Sometimes that does happen, guys. So I'm just going to take both of my crimp bead wires and move it around. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Let me open this one. I only really need 1 jump ring. Okay. And lastly, but not least, there we are. We're going to do it on that side. Take that, twist it around. We're going to close that back up. And before we close it back up, we're going to place it right here on the necklace. Then we're going to close it up. Voila, that's beautiful. We're done. We are done with this necklace. This came out great. This was a great revamp. Thank you for watching my video, and I will see you in the next video. Good night.